What is fasting? Fasting is the intentional act of abstaining from food or other distractions for a spiritual purpose. It's not about starvation. It's not a punishment. It's not a crash diet or a spiritual transaction. Fasting is a hunger directed toward God. It's an act of dependence, a declaration that we are not sustained by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. When we fast, we are saying, God, I need you more than I need this. More than meals, more than comfort, more than control. Fasting is found all over the Bible. Moses fasted 40 days on Mount Sinai before receiving the 10 Commandments. Esther called for a national fast before risking her life to speak to the king. Daniel fasted and prayed for understanding. Jesus fasted for 40 days before beginning his ministry. So this isn't a fringe practice. It's foundational. But here's the key. Fasting is never just about going without. It's about what we're leaning into. And that's where prayer comes in. Prayer fills the space that fasting creates. Fasting removes distractions. Prayer brings focus. Fasting quiets the noise. Prayer turns up God's voice. Together, they create a spiritual posture of surrender. Not a way to twist God's arm, but a way to open our hands. Psalm 51:17 says, "A broken and contrite heart, O God, you will not despise." That's what fasting leads to: brokenness, dependence, closeness. Let me tell you a personal story. There was a time when I was overwhelmed by life's decisions, career choices, family stress, even spiritual doubts. I knew I needed clarity, but I also knew I needed something deeper. So I decided to fast for 3 days. No food, no media. Just scripture, journaling, and prayer. The first day was hard. My thoughts were scattered, my stomach was louder than my prayers. But by the second day, something softened. I became more aware of God's presence. And by the third day, I wasn't just seeking an answer anymore. I was enjoying the nearness of God. That's when I realized fasting isn't about earning answers. It's about opening space. Space for God to move, to speak, to shape. Have you ever tried to pray with a distracted heart? Or sought God's will, but couldn't hear Him over the noise of life? Fasting clears the clutter. It turns down the volume of the world so we can hear the still, small voice of God. Isaiah 58:6 gives us God's vision for fasting. Is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen, to loose the chains of injustice, to set the oppressed free? God's not interested in empty rituals. He wants transformation. He wants justice. He wants hearts that beat like His. So let me ask you, what is taking up too much space in your soul right now? What would it look like to fast from that? Food, yes, but maybe also comparison, or control, or approval from others. When we fast, we confront our appetites, physical, emotional, and spiritual. We say, "This does not control me, God does." Jesus modeled this perfectly. Before He began preaching, healing, and doing miracles, He fasted. 40 days in the wilderness. No crowds, no applause, no platform. He fasted first because fasting prepares you for what's next. In Luke 22:42, Jesus prayed, "Not my will, but yours be done." That's what fasting shapes in us. A will that's aligned, a heart that's surrendered. Prayer and fasting won't always make life easier, but they will make your spirit stronger. And here's the truth. When we fast and pray, we're not changing God's mind. We're letting God change us. We stop praying, "God, fix this." We start praying, "God, shape me." We stop chasing outcomes. We start choosing obedience. And in that shift, something incredible happens. We find peace, even before the answer comes. We find clarity, even in uncertainty. We find strength, not our own, but His. James 4:8 says, "Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you." That's the promise. Fasting and prayer are how we draw near. So here's a practical question. Have you ever fasted before? If not, start simple. Skip a meal and spend that time reading scripture or praying. Fast from social media for a day. Fast from complaining or control or busyness. It's not about perfection. It's about posture. Come before God humbly, honestly, hungrily. Even if you don't feel anything right away, trust that something is happening beneath the surface. Fasting and prayer do deep work. Invisible at first, but powerful in time. Even if the answer you hope for doesn't come, even if the door doesn't open, even if you stay in the waiting, you will have more of Him, and that is always enough. So fast, not to impress God, but to invite Him. Pray, not to perform, but to be present. Let go of control. Let go of noise. Let go of needing to have it all figured out. And in that surrender, you may just find what you were looking for all along. Not a response, but a relationship. Thank you for watching our video. We will see you in the next one. Until then, God bless you.